On the 16th of September 2017, I went to the Gloucestershire and Warwickshire Steam Railway. I'd just like to dedicate this video to all the volunteers at that railway for doing a fantastic job. I mean, it's absolutely incredible what they've done. Since 1976, they've rebuilt that railway, which used to be the link between Birmingham and Bristol, and turned it into one of Gloucestershire's most sought after tourist attractions. The trains that they have there, the main ones we will be talking about today, is the 2807 built in 1905 and the 4270 built in 1919. I was on the train as they pulled it across this 21 miles of track, which they're currently trying to extend. At the moment, the furthest we can get to is Toddington, and I'd just like to speak about the day out there and the incredible experience that was had. We started out at Cheltenham Racecourse, which was absolutely fantastic. The original station that was knocked down had all been rebuilt. In fact, most of the stations that were on this line have had to be completely rebuilt by these volunteers. We started at Cheltenham Racecourse and went to Gotherington, Winchcombe, and then on to Toddington. It was absolutely beautiful. The scenery is unrivaled. It was glorious to see the original views that would have been seen years ago when steam still owned the railways. The 2807, or John as I'm going to call her, I always do like a train with a name, was built in 1905 and was restored over a period of 29 years. Now, she was absolutely incredible. You could feel the power of it was amazing. The size of it is amazing. And frankly, it's when you see trains like this that are still alive, as I like to see it, still going in this present day, is something vital in my opinion. Now, the smaller 4270, which took us back to Cheltenham Racecourse from Toddington, was built in 1919 and wasn't withdrawn until 1962. She came back in 2014 and is now one of the permanent residents of the Gloucestershire and Warwickshire Railway. She was a beautiful little engine, but it was the larger 2807, or John, that I really got fascinated by. I just could not stop looking at her. My head was out the window pretty much most of the way because I just could not stop listening to those pistons going. It was just amazing. It felt like going back in time. You had a tea room at Toddington. The whole thing was set out in a period, stations and little shops, and it just made me feel like I was in the 1930s, although in that dress sense I was in the 1850s. Don't ask about my dress sense, it's just something that I do. Get over it. But it was just absolutely incredible. Now, it does take a lot of money and a lot of time to sort of get these trains back in working order. These have been saved from the Barry scrapyard. And there is one that they've just bought, which I will talk about at the end of this video, maybe to try and gain someone notice of this engine that needs to be restored, but it's going to take a lot of volunteering and a lot of money in order to do so. So this day out was absolutely fantastic. I recommend it to anyone that wishes to go. It's absolutely brilliant. The volunteers are just incredible. The work that has been done is incredible, and these engines that have been saved are incredible, and they deserve to be living and still puffing their way through life. So I wanted to talk about that train which I was mentioning earlier. So the train I was on about is the 2874. They've actually set up their own trust for it called the 2874 Trust. So this is actually to do with an engine they've just got, which they are now trying to renovate, but it is taking time. And in fact, it's going to cost around £700,000. That's estimated. Whether or not that's the exact price, I'm not too sure. But they do have leaflets there. Go grab yourself one. I'm going to leave a link in the subscription below to the website for the railway. If you guys have any more questions or information, don't hesitate to comment as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I have to just say I apologise for the slight echoing which I have tried to edit out, but I'm currently in a state of the room being changed. The house is being changed, so yeah, you know what it's like, and everything's everywhere. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and like, subscribe, and I shall see you people later. Tatty bye now.